Can you state your name for the record?
Maylander.
Why, thank you. Which comic book company do you like better, Marvel or DC, and why is that?
I like DC because there's more action in DC.
More action?
Yeah.
I mean, they do have action comics, so I get that. And in that case, who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero would be the Green Arrow.
Arrow. And how long have you been reading Green Arrow comics?
I haven't gotten a chance to read them, but I've been watching them for a few years now.
In the case of reading comics, when were you first introduced to comics?
I was first introduced to comics by a friend of mine about 2 years ago.
2 years? And in those 2 years, how has comics affected your life?
Comics has affected my life because it alters the way I see the world in a way. For example, people view the world as good or bad, or that there are good people or bad people in the world. And with comics, there's the superhero and the villain. So that's kind of how I see the world in a way.
And you said you didn't read the Green Arrow comics, but what's the last comic that you did read?
The last comic I read was... I feel like it was a comic from Marvel. I can't remember exactly which one, though.
And would you write a comic if you had the chance to?
Yes, I would write a comic if I had the chance to, because you can... It's a very artistic way to tell a story.
And would you watch a comic book movie, given the fact that you watch the TV shows?
Yeah, I would watch a comic book movie.
And which one would you most likely want to watch?
I would probably watch it if a Green Arrow movie came out. I'd watch a Green Arrow movie.
And on a more serious note, would you think that comics would affect the world heavily in a good way or a bad way?
I feel like comics have a good effect in the world. I know that comics can help people who have difficulty with learning disabilities, or people who are just trying to find a place in the world. Comics give people, I guess, the characters are like friends, or the comic books help encourage reading. Even though it's a lot of mostly pictures, they can help with illustrating more what's going on.
And do you own any comics yourself?
I do not own any comics myself.
But in a closing note, in your opinion, in general, what is your opinion about comics?
My opinion about comics, I know there are a lot of mixed opinions, but I'm really for comics.
All right, thank you.
How do you feel about society and how it's changed today?
I feel that society has changed for the better. I feel like with the rise of technology and the rise of different opinions, we made the world better than it was years ago. I mean, years ago we had slavery, women couldn't vote, etc., etc.
So you believe that technology has helped or hindered society?
I believe it has done both. In a way, technology has worsened some situations, but in general, technology has helped in many ways, giving to advance to different jobs, different technology that helps the disabled, all sorts of endless possibilities that we couldn't have even dreamed of years ago.
So what has been the biggest impact on you in your life so far?
I have to say comic books. Without Spider-Man, I won't be the same person I am today.
And if you could change the way the world is viewed, what would you change it to?
I wouldn't really change it too much, but I feel like every other dreamer, I would want world peace, but the sad thing is I don't really think world peace is achievable. It's just a fantasy that we can't really have, because in the world you have to have the yin and you have to have the yang.
So what's the thing that you would do to help those who need it?
I would give all that I can and do what I can to help out with people. Let's say someone's homeless. I would see if I can help them get a job, get them back on their feet. If someone asks, hey, can I have some money so I can get myself a dinner meal? I recently lost my job. I would be more than happy to help anyone I can.
So do you believe you can make a difference in the world? If so, why do you believe that?
I believe I can make a difference in the world. Most people think, hey, I'm just one guy, I can't do anything that will affect the world heavily, but I mean, without Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, just two guys, they impacted the world heavily.
Do you believe that there could possibly be another World War in the future?
I believe there's that possibility, but there's always that possibility.